Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream I will be discussing the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market, because right now Bitcoin fell off pretty quickly towards the downside. And on today's stream we're going to go over all the things that we're currently seeing in the market. We're going to go over all the things that we right now should be paying our attention towards. So if you want to be finding out about all these kinds of things here guys, don't forget to right away slap up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell notification so you will be definitely not miss out on any of the further content that we are going to drop out here on the channel. So with that being said guys, let's jump right away in towards the content. So what are we seeing right now, and what are the things that we have to be discussing right now here over the current time of recording on Bitcoin? So Bitcoin came down pretty heavily. And I think this is of course an important time to be going live to of course discuss all these important things here, because yeah, like you can see here on this chart, that Bitcoin yesterday was increasing towards those higher ranges of the 4-hourly time frame. And of course this very important level on the 4-hourly time frame has been discussed several times on the channel. Downward sloping resistance line, like you can see over here, once again got retested twice here on this previous range here. And yeah, since retesting this level once again, you can clearly see it did provided a resistance and a rejection this time around here. So yesterday of course we were arguing on the channel, are we going to see a breakthrough or are we going to go and see a rejection? Yeah, yesterday apparently it was of course a rejection that we did got over there, but still right now it's pretty unfortunate to see this, to be honest, but for sure we can clearly see the significance is very important of this range here. And since of that level we came down right now once again towards our accumulation ranges, because that is the level that we're right now trading on. This green box over here is accumulation range, like you can see on this chart over here. The green box is definitely very strong accumulation for either trades or for either your spot account. So it's definitely a good time to be once again benefit from the market. So that is of course currently what I'm as well planning to do. So like I said several times before with my trade, I am looking forward towards of course going to see the market dip a little bit further down here, because as soon as the market excuse me, let me get this right here. I don't know why I pressed this by accident. Let me get my screen back here to the right thing. Yeah, this is it. So we're back again. So yeah, Bitcoin of course is right now trading on our accumulation ranges, and I personally said several times before already. I definitely do know is that like if we're going to go down towards let's say 45k range, I will be trying to take more advantage from it by of course accumulating and adding more to my trading position. Of course my position is right now a little bit underwater, but like I said several times before, once my trade is in the water, I'm going to be waiting for, of course, my next accumulation range. So next big accumulation range for me is going to be 45k. Afterwards, my next big accumulation range is going to be 44k. Afterwards, it's going to be 42k, and then it's going to be 40k, and then it's going to be 38k. So for me right now, I'm just still trying to be benefiting from the market on how it is currently performing, because I mean, I don't care if the market is going to either go up or down from this point here. I'm going to be benefiting from it either way here. So that is a very exciting part about it. And right now, like you can see here, is that the horizontal lows here of this green box is so far providing the support very well here in the market. This is of course the fourth touch point we're right now getting here, and I personally think because of this is already the fourth touch point, it's not good here, because the more touch points you're going to get here on such kind of an important level in the market, the more likely it is going to be that eventually we're going to be breaking it. Because yeah, the more times you're going to knock on a certain door here, the more likely we're going to be as well see of course a breakthrough of that level. So indeed we did got the fourth touch here, so I personally think that this is one of the last real good supportive bounce that we could be getting from this range here, and hopefully we could be seeing another significant increase in from of this level here, because yeah, if we're running going to go for another touch point on the highs here, it's going to be as well very extremely likely to see a break from that range here. So yeah, we right now have to just wait and see what we're going to be having here. We're going to just wait and see on which direction Bitcoin is right now going to be breaking first here. Are we going to be breaking the lower side here? Yeah, we're going to be potentially look at some more downwards pressure in towards the market. Are we going to be breaking the top side first of all? Then we're going to be looking, of course, for this more of a bullish bias pattern and bullish bias price action, because then we could be expecting a 10% surge towards higher levels in the market rather than lower levels. So yeah, definitely do or die time right now here. And what I always said, like I just said to you guys out there yesterday as well here, as long as Bitcoin is not breaking the resistance, we can't be extremely bullish yet here. The only thing that I'm currently doing here is accumulating till we're going to be flipping bullish, because as soon as we do flip bullish, I do want to be having a piece of this cake here. And that is a thing that we just have to be waiting for right now. Of course, in terms of the momentum on the 4-hourly candles, we're not seeing anything very special playing out. We were yesterday not forming any bearish divergence. We were today not forming any bullish or either bearish divergence at all on this chart. On the RSI, of course, on the MACD, maybe we have been seeing something. No, as well, nothing on the MACD. So, to be honest, are we seeing anything significant playing out in the 4-hourly time frame in terms of the momentum behind the charts? No, it's looking pretty neutral right now here. On the 1-hour time frame, instead of that, guys, we are forming right now a hidden bullish divergence, because what you can see right now on the 1-hour time frame playing out here is that we're forming currently a higher low than the previous low in the market. And while we have been forming this higher low in the market, the RSI has been forming a lower low. So if we're going to be enabling the chart here of the divergence, you can clearly see here, okay, once the price action is forming a higher low and the RSI is forming a lower low, in this case here, we're seeing a hidden bullish divergence getting formed here. So that is, of course, one of those positive sides we're currently seeing. Besides that, we're still holding up as well towards the green box so far. So that is, that could be a leading indicator. That could be, of course, lead towards a potential minor surge towards higher levels here. But still going to say, just keep your eyes out to both directions, because a break below the green box here is going to just enable the market to go bearish. Break above of the highs is going to be allowing the market to go bullish again here. So yesterday I've been warning you guys about a thing here on my Twitter page, because yesterday on my Twitter page I stole to you guys out there. Let me quickly go back towards it. Let me see here. Bitcoin was forming a double top over here, and I said to everyone out there here is that the 1-hour candle close below the 48.5k is going to be bearish, and a close above the 49.3k is going to be bullish. And of course, in yesterday's case here, we were not closing above the 49.3k, so we were not going into this bullish territorium, but we did close below the 48.2k, 48.4k. We closed below that, and since if we clearly done that, of course, we can clearly see double top was getting formed on the market, and since of that point we were seeing a continuation down getting formed. So of course, I don't like, I do like to be realistic with you guys out there, and of course scenarios can shift very quickly. So yeah, we did warn you guys about this double top here as well on our Twitter page. So another reason why you should be smashing up the follow button right now here on the Twitter page. So don't forget to follow us over there as well. But indeed, we did saw a double top getting formed over here. And of course, since we were closing this candle basically over here, this red candle over here, we broke the lows here of the M pattern, and because of that, we were clearly seeing a breakdown, and then we were of course expecting lower targets. So the targets that I was first of all looking for, of course, for some kind of accumulation was the 47.6k. Like you can see, this level unfortunately not holding up here, but it's of course a little bit more unfortunate to see here. So this could be as well a major level of some kind of resistance right now in the trend that we're trading on. So I will be keeping my eyes wide open on this range as well over here in the market, and this is going to be the 47.6k. This is going to be a pretty significant provider of resistance for Bitcoin right now here, and since Bitcoin came down pretty significantly in those last 3 hours, is most likely going to either once again expect some more sell pressure coming towards the market. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But so far, the hidden bullish divergence that we're creating on this market on the 1-hour candles could be maybe having this little bit of this bullish edge towards us. So as well, what are we seeing on the MACD? MACD is not forming anything very special. I mean, to be honest, the MACD is forming something special right now here, because yeah, in terms of the histogram, low getting formed, higher low currently getting formed, no lime red candles yet here. I do want to be seeing these lime red candles come towards us, because that will be confirming, of course, this trend reversal signal. But yeah, we can clearly see that we are losing strength on the downtrend here on the 1-hour candles, what could be leading towards an eventually continuation up here once again. So that's the thing I'm looking forward towards. Of course, if we're going to look at the daily time frame for Bitcoin, has anything changed yet? No, nothing have really changed yet here. I mean, we're still looking pretty similar to yesterday, how we were looking. Of course, Bitcoin just trying to be breaking through the highs here, still getting rejected by the highs here. Then, of course, in terms of momentum indicators, are we still forming bullish divergence? Yes, we are. In terms of momentum indicators, is the MACD still losing strength here? Will the price action keeps coming down here? Yes, we are still seeing so. So we're seeing still these several bullish divergence playing out on the market. What is for me just an extremely bullish signal that we are very, very close towards this reversal. And even though, guys, we are right now, of course, down another $2,000 from where we were trading yesterday on here. This should not be, of course, having any effect on your thoughts on the market on the wider scale right now, because right now, yesterday, like, we were trading on 49k, and a lot of people in the chat and a lot of people were saying, oh, we're going back to 60k again. And right now, Bitcoin came down to 70k, 46k again, and 47k even. And people are already starting to say once again, oh, Bitcoin is going back towards 30K. And I think, no, that's not appropriate to say, because on the daily time frame, nothing really changed up yet here. There's not really a lot of things that changed up here on the daily time frame. So that is the reason why I right now should say to you guys out there is that, like, look at the momentum that we're currently getting generated on the daily time frame. And the momentum that we're currently getting generated here on the daily time frame is extremely bullish still. This momentum that we're creating on the daily time frame is just a very bullish buying signal, and I will be still sticking towards my strategy by, of course, accumulating Bitcoin on the larger time frames. Accumulate my Bitcoin right now, and of course look at the larger time frames to see what to expect right now on the bigger scale, you know. So on the wider scale, I'm extremely bullish, and of course on the wider scale, this is a good time for accumulation. Of course, I've said it several times before. People are going to be selling right now, but of course, if you're going to go sell right now on those ranges over here, yeah, it's definitely up to you here. But don't knock on my door if we're trading, of course, on 70K again, to ask me when should I be buying my Bitcoin, because buying Bitcoin once you're seeing, of course, several momentum indicators reverse. Of course, it's not only the RSI and MACD, but as well, like we do know, if we're going to be looking at the money flow index here, money flow index is well climbing up very quickly, like you can see right here. So money flow index climbing up as well, and while we are seeing these momentum indicators climbing up here, we can clearly see price action keeps coming down further on here. So this is definitely a thing that I love to see here, because yeah, this clearly does allows us a lot of trading opportunities, and this allows us to right now see a market reversal. And you know what's very funny about it is that, like, we spotted this market reversal as well here on September. We spotted this market reversal as well here in July. We told everyone at that point, okay, look at this market reversal. But you know what? Once I say to you guys out there, okay, this is a market reversal that we're right now looking at, a lot of people don't tend to be taking action. A lot of people don't tend to take action because people usually tend to take action on their Bitcoins or on their trades or whatsoever once the market is moving up. No. People are using their emotions. Once the market is coming down like it is today, people are going to be once again radically call for 30K, like I just told you a moment ago. But while people are doing that, the smart money is right now looking, okay, we're seeing a clear momentum loss getting generated here on this market, and that is just getting, at least for my side and for myself, it is making myself go extremely bullish. I mean, you just can't ignore the fact that we're creating so many bullish divergence. That is for me giving a very clear signal what we could be having from up this point here. So, of course, make up your own mind here. Maybe we don't go down to 43K at this point, but you might as hold well through it. I mean, to be honest, can we go still down to 43K? Yes. I mean, I've never said we could not go down to 43K. Said it several times before, because my whole swing trade strategy here is based off that Bitcoin can still go down to 38K here. But the question you should be asking yourself is whether are we going to go down towards that level? Is it likely that we're going to go down towards, let's say, 38K? That's going to be the question that you should be asking yourselves. Is it likely that we're already going to go towards the level? And of course, if I'm going to answer that question, I say no. Of course, I can base it, first of all, of the charts on the daily time frame right now here, but of course as well on a lot of on-chain data, what we can currently see here. So I'm very much looking forward towards what we're going to get here for the coming months ahead of ourselves. But let's just focus on what we are currently seeing here, and let's just not front run our shoots here. Just not, let's say, okay, we're going to go to 30K here, because in order for Bitcoin to either see an increasement or just in order to see Bitcoin leaving this range that we're currently trading on, we have to see either things, of course, like I discussed here. So a break below, of course, the green box is just going to be allowing Bitcoin to visit lower targets. And of course, if we're going to be breaking the top side of resistance, if we're going to be breaking that, we're going to be looking, of course, more bullish. I mean, you're wrong on the daily time frame. Daily time frame is bearish on Bitcoin, not bullish. Please separate your emotions. I mean, first of all, if one person here on the whole cryptocurrency space is not using its emotions, it's me. And of course, if I should be using my emotions, I should be very bearish right now, because that is literally what emotions reflect here. Because emotions, and of course the emotion chart here, the fear and greed index, shows us that the majority of the traders that are using their emotions are right now bearish, because that's literally what we see here. There's fear in the market, so the people are fearing the market is going to go lower. And you're saying that we're trading below the indicators, the 10, 20, 100, and 200, but the point here is that moving averages are not going to be determining where the market is heading towards, because people do understand moving average completely wrong here. I think like moving averages, people base their opinion of moving, the people that do base their opinions purely of moving averages, is not smart here, because I've said it several times before. This market of Bitcoin and crypto is maturing, and moving averages doesn't matter anymore towards it, because you know why? Moving averages are based on an average price calculation. And why should you be basing your opinion on Bitcoin if it's either bullish or bearish from moving averages that were used in 2017, that were used in 2013, that were basically used and that were showing good signs in the market, in a market that did not even had open interest at that point here. So right now, Bitcoin has open interest, and because of the open interest, Bitcoin is a way more volatile asset, and it moves up very quickly, it comes down very quickly, and that's the thing that you should be looking at right now. And that's the reason why I do not think that moving averages are right now a good time and a good thing to use here, because those moving averages are not going to be getting changed up here. The calculations of the moving averages are not going to get changed up here, since we right now got, of course, open interest in the market. And because of the open interest in the market, we do see, of course, these highly volatile moves towards the upside and downside the whole time here. So this is a very, very important look what we are having over here from up this point here. Let me see what we're going to be having. I mean, you know what? We always I think we are one of those channels here on crypto YouTube. I think there are not a lot of channels like us here, because a lot of people are right here trying to play with your emotions. People are trying to get people are trying to play with your emotions and saying, oh, we should be afraid, etc., etc. But I just give you guys a wider scale in the market, and I just give you guys a clear signal about what we're literally seeing right now. And I mean, my whole channel is based off identifying the momentum on Bitcoin, and of course what I like to do with my channel, and that's of course the thing that I did here, is because I'm an education channel. I try to educate people and to help people out there in the space. And my whole thing that has been making myself a successful trader, the reason why I am being a successful trader for the past 2 years here in the market, is because I've been finding a skill. And I've been really guarded this skill for myself here, is because I've found a skill in the market how to identify trend reversals. And of course I do know, and you know what's very funny, because I always buy, I mean, I'm always very bullish once 90% of the people is bearish. That is just how it is, and that's just a fact, and I do know that. And of course that's the reason why my opinion is not always highly appreciated, because I usually doing the other things that people, their emotions are doing, right? So right now I'm extremely bullish, because I do see the momentum indicators are just losing strength on this downtrend here, and because we are losing strength on this downtrend, a reversal is very close. Of course it's very hard to say, because on the daily time frame is a little bit lacking right here. So it's very hard to say, are we going to be pumping up today? No, we don't know. Are we going to pump up tomorrow? We don't know. But is the market going to reverse in the coming, let's say, week or coming days ahead of ourselves? Most likely, yes, because the daily time frame right now in terms of its momentum shifting is, of course, a lacking indicator. It's a lacking behind here of what we're going to see later on, of course. But we do know that we can be benefiting from the momentum we're currently seeing. And of course I can just take so many examples from before. Just look at these signals over here in the market. Just look at the correction over here towards the 51k here. You can see over here momentum of the MACD was of course setting a higher low here, while price action as well was forming a lower low on the RSI. So we were forming a hidden bullish divergence on the RSI, regular bullish divergence on the MACD. We moved up here as well. In September we were forming a higher low here on the MACD, losing a signal of strength here on the market. Because we lost strength on the market, we continued our way up here. Together with the money flow index, we were forming higher lows here, price action forming lower lows here, as well with the RSI forming higher lows here, price action forming lower lows. As well here on the July reversal here, we were seeing on the MACD higher lows getting formed here, and that was of course a clear signal that the market was regaining its strength again. So as well, that's just a thing that we can currently see here, and I think you should be benefiting from all of these momentum indicators on the daily time frame. Of course there are those momentum indicators on the daily time frame are lacking indicators, but they are going to help you to make a good view about the market here. You talk too fast, don't panic. I mean, that's also me. I just always talk too fast, guys. I always talk too fast. Why no one is talking about the head and shoulders? I mean, we have been talking about it. So let me quickly load up the head and shoulders you have been talking about. Of course, on the bigger scale, we could be looking, of course, as well towards the head and shoulders. Bitcoin, of course, left shoulder, head, right shoulder getting formed on this market. This is of course particularly bullish by a signal that you do get here. And thank you for super chat here. Bitcoin not for the gains here by Casper Pro, XRP and Ethereum. I mean, Casper definitely sounds, looks like a very interesting buy here, to be honest. I've been doing some own research. I've been taking a position into Casper as well here. Crypto.com is a good buy. I mean, XBR as well, pretty interesting, in Ethereum, of course. I mean, I do think those are very good here. But, I mean, I definitely disagree if people are going to say Bitcoin are not for the gains here. Because, yeah, there are some other altcoins that could make you, of course, significant profits. That's true. But, of course, at least my strategy here for buying altcoins is, with my altcoins buys, I do want to be buying back into Bitcoin. Because my strategy is here to be buying the most amount of Bitcoin. So, what we can see here as well as this head and shoulders is that we're forming a left shoulder over here, head over here, right shoulder over here. Then of course this neckline got broken, like you can see. And right now we're forming this this right touch point here on the neckline. So far providing support, and maybe we could be potentially getting another retest of this level. What would be truly amazing to get, of course. So that's the thing I'm looking forward towards to get. And as well, still going to say weekly time frame on Bitcoin looking extremely bullish. Weekly time frame on Bitcoin, of course, still forming lower lows on the RSI here, and while the price action, of course, is forming lower lows. The price action is forming higher lows. The RSI is still forming lower lows. So we're once again seeing a hidden bullish divergence getting formed, but this time around on the weekly time frame. And that's of course giving us a very bullish signal here on this market. That could be leading towards a continuation up here. So today, by the way, it's Friday. We got another 16 hours, guys, in this candle, because in 16 hours from now on, Bitcoin is going to, of course, close its week. Its week here. And of course, if we're going to look at the Bitcoin weekly close here, where we do have the CME chart, of course, right? So last time around here, we closed the CME around the 47.8K. Right now, we're trading on the 47K here. I do want to be seeing the market going a little bit higher before going in towards this weekend. That will be truly amazing, because yeah, right now, if we do look ahead of ourselves here, you can clearly see here we still have a major CME gap above us on the 53.6K here. So yeah, as soon as we're going to fall down here, I do think we're going to be filling up the as soon as we're going to come up here, most likely we're going to go and come up for the CME gap. But of course, if the weekly close here, so today we're going to close the CME once again around these levels of 47K. It's going to be showing us probably next week is going to be as well a little bit more suppressed there. What you do want to be seeing here for the best case scenario today playing out here is that Bitcoin is going to be pushing up for the remaining of the day here. So Bitcoin is going to move up a little bit here, and it's going to close at CME around the levels around 49K here. That will be, of course, having a little bit more of a bullish edge on this market. So that's as well a thing that I would love to see right now here. So yeah, we just have to wait right now to see what's going on here. But so far, trading on 47K is not good for the CME close. So remaining of the day will be lovely if it could be a little bit more bullish here. So we're going to keep our eyes wide open, of course, on the market right now. But, of course, to be honest, if we do look at all these momentum indicators on the lower time frames right now, I mean, to be honest, this 1 hour candle has been not showing us in anything interesting yet here. But it could be, of course, go our way here because we're right now forming, of course, this hidden bullish divergence on this market. But let me quickly as well go over Ethereum. So Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, yesterday bouncing back very strong here towards the upside. Ethereum compared to Bitcoin as well, providing support of this green box here. So I'm looking very much forward towards what we're going to get from up that point. Ethereum compared to Bitcoin still forming higher lows. So indeed, we're losing a little bit of strength on the strength here. But indeed, since Bitcoin did bounce back up yesterday, it was really resulting in the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin dominance as well, bouncing back towards those higher ranges. So like you can see here yesterday as well, Ethereum compared to the US dollar, still trading on this very significant falling wedge pattern. Yesterday I've been talking about this top side here of this pattern providing a major amount of resistance, and like you can see right now on this chart over here, this level did indeed provided a lot of resistance. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from up this point here. So far it looks to be that we're going to go in even more consolidation, and of course depending on where we're going to be breaking out, we're going to be visiting the top side of this falling wedge here if we're going to be breaking out through the top side. So right now it's just definitely a waiting game here. But as soon as we do get a breakout from up this point here, this is going to be leading in a lot of volatility either direction. If we're going to be breaking below here, this is going to be leading towards a massive continuation down here. But as soon as Ethereum does break the top side of this resistance, it is going to be allowing us to see a continuation up here. So I'm personally looking very much forward towards how Ethereum is going to be playing out its price action right now here, and hopefully we could be holding up towards at least this horizontal range over here. because this horizontal range is a previous resistance range here that right now is flipping into support. So previous support flipped into resistance. Right now could be providing a support again. So I would love to see Ethereum holding up towards this level here, but because Bitcoin is right now trading on very strong 4-hour support and Ethereum is doing it as well, it is likely to assume that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be holding up towards these levels. But of course, as soon as Bitcoin does fail to hold on this green box over here, it's going to drag Ethereum for sure with it. So once again, going to say it is going to come down towards Bitcoin. It's going to be once again a game of Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to be drag the whole market down again, or either is Bitcoin going to drag the market whole up again? So we should be looking at what Bitcoin is going to do today here, because it will be having a large influence on Ethereum. But of course, eventually Ethereum still has another room to go 7% towards the downside and still manage to find some support on the lower range, because yeah, as long as we're holding up this lower range, we're still in play for this very important pattern. That of course I would love to see, of course, the market stay a little bit higher, so we could be closer towards this breakthrough of the top side here, because that could be allowing us to go in towards this significant uptrend that we right now could be looking and could be facing anytime for Ethereum. So that's the thing I'm looking forward towards on the 1 hour time frame. Ethereum did fail to hold on towards this horizontal range here of the 3971. Since failing to hold on towards the level, we came down already a little bit further. Last time around we did it as well towards levels around 3800. Right now we're doing the same. So Ethereum coming down pretty quickly, unfortunate to see, of course. But yeah, in terms of momentum, it's almost once again forming and hidden bullish virtues, because you can see here RSI almost forming a lower low than its previous low in the market, while the price action is clearly trading way higher. That is going to be still having this bullish edge on the market as soon as the market falls a little bit further, and the RSI is going to be dipping below the 20 on the index. That's going to be allowing us for a very strong buying opportunity, because it will be allowing us to see the market going in towards a hidden bullish divergence. So that's the thing I'm still looking forward towards on Ethereum, but nothing much more is playing out right now. And I think the main scenario we should be looking at right now for Ethereum is for sure going to be this falling wedge structure with this horizontal support range over here. So yeah, failing to hold on towards the support line range is just going to be bearish, and we're going to keep our eyes wide open on it right now here. So coins that we could be as well look at right now are coins like Cardano. Cardano is still performing and holding up a little bit better than the majority of the other coins here. Cardano is right now up 0.6% today. And since it is up 0.6% today here, it has been not really doing anything special here. It's just been having a less worse bounce here than other coins here. So, less worse correction than other coins. So as well on the daily time frame, it looks to be stalling off here. It looks to be that the momentum, especially on the MACD here, if I'm going to enable it, is cooling off massively. So like you can see over here, higher lows getting formed on the MACD here, and the price action still forming lower lows. So in terms of what we are seeing right now with the price action of Cardano, we are seeing the similar structures like we formed here last time around here on this level of $1.10 here. And this, of course, this signal that we got last time around here create, of course, a massive run up towards the higher ranges, of course. So last time around, we did saw, of course, lower lows getting formed on the market, higher lows on the MACD here, and that was on a daily time frame. And I think, like, if you see these divergences on the MACD, or let's say the 4-hourly time frame, it could be strong here. But if you're seeing it on the daily time frame, those are always very strong. Like you can see it last time around happening over here. We're literally getting the same signal again over here. So I'm looking very much forward towards what we're getting right now. The MACD is just losing its strength here. So the sellers are getting exhausted, but price action still keeps dropping up down here. So this clearly does give us a very bullish signal for Cardano in the coming days ahead of ourselves. So I personally think the reversal is going to be extremely strong for Cardano as well. Cardano compared to Ethereum is so far holding up this level here that we have been trading on several times before here. So Cardano does look like it is on very, very strong accumulation ranges. And of course, some people may say Cardano is dead here, but you'll see the people that are going to say Cardano is dead right now are the people that are going to be missing out on the massive gains here, because yeah, it's indeed trading on very clear reversal signals. And yeah, they have been launching their project, and of course in the beginning of January their DEX is going to get launched here because they got a little bit delayed here. But as soon as their DEX comes out here, I think Cardano will be seeing some more hype coming towards it as well once again, and it could be rallying up all the way back towards let's say $2.50 again easily. So I'm looking forward towards what Cardano is going to do from up this point here. So let's see what we're going to be having from up this point here. So yeah, MACD is looking very strong here on Cardano, and I'm very curious about how it's going to be playing out from here on. So what we're seeing with Crypto.com here, Crypto.com, of course, is very interesting because we're seeing a clear downslope resist line here so far. It looks very similar like the Bitcoin chart here because, yeah, Bitcoin chart performing a similar pattern. We're forming as well descending triangle. Of course, the descending triangle is a bearish bias pattern. And what we do want to be seeing here is that this bearish bias pattern is going to be seeing a breakout through the upside here. Of course, it could be a bearish bias pattern. Sorry, it is a bearish bias pattern, but it could be still breaking bullish. If it's, yeah, it does break its top side of resistance. So that's going to be a thing that we're going to be waiting for right now here. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be having here. But it's exactly the same for Crypto.com. It looks like very similar structures as well. Bearish bias pattern of the descending triangle. But, of course, we're only going to be flipping in a bearish bias move here as soon as we do break the lower side of the green box here. If Crypto.com is managing to be breaking the top side of resistance, it could be still looking for, of course, higher targets getting from this range here. So that is the thing I'm looking forward towards right now here, and I think it could be, of course, a very exciting time here for Crypto.com here because, yeah, you're trading on 53 cents here. Very strong for accumulation ranges, of course, compared to Bitcoin. It looks to be stalling up and it looks to be gaining strength against against Bitcoin, so that's of course looking a little bit more bullish. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from this point here. So what are we having and what are we seeing over here? So we do see as well Polkadot here. Polkadot is definitely trading on very low ranges here. I would be really compare Polkadot. If I, like I said several times before here, like if I want to be buying into Polkadot, I'm going to compare Polkadot to Bitcoin. And right now Polkadot compared to Bitcoin is trading on this green box here. What does clearly means this is accumulation ranges. So yeah, clearly good times for accumulation for Polkadot. I'm looking forward towards where Polkadot is heading towards. But yeah, like you can see over here, resistance, support. This whole green box over here has always been providing us very strong support on the Polkadot compared to Bitcoin chart. So I've always said it as well while we were trading on the highs here. The red box, of course, clearly shows us distribution against Bitcoin, and green box shows us accumulation against Bitcoin. So if you're looking to accumulate projects, I mean, I think Polkadot is right now trading on those lower risk stages right now. So the risk is most certainly lower for accumulating Polkadot around these levels right here, instead of course, accumulating it on higher levels, of course. So, yeah, looking forward towards it. Could we get a Santa rally? That will be truly amazing, to be honest, guys. If we can get a Santa rally, it will be very, very nice here. How do you feel about BlockFi? I think BlockFi is pretty good here. You could be using it to still gain good interest here. So yeah, I think it's not bad at all. But of course, I don't really use BlockFi. I already use Switchberg. I mean, I use more Switchberg right now here. So I think Switchberg is as well very good. Let's get the relief rally. Everyone bullish again, drop to get everyone who is bullish right now to drop lower. I mean, let's see what we're going to get here. Of course, maybe you believe in a relief rally. Maybe you believe right now. Let me put up a poll here. Once again, what happens first for Bitcoin? I mean, I'm very curious about what you guys think here. Is it first going to be 30K? Or is it going to be first be 60K, you know? Let me know here, because we're right now trading on 45K approximately, midpoint, you know? So it's basically taking the same amount of strength for Bitcoin to go either these directions. But let me know in the chat here. I mean, unfortunately, I can't vote because it's my own poll I make here. But if I could have been voting, I've been voting 60K here, because I think too many people are too bearish right now, and that's the thing that I don't like to see here. So let me see. Of course, I'm very curious about what you guys think here. I not want to be having any influence on what you guys are going to be voting. So please make sure to vote with your own thoughts here. Make sure to vote what you really think here. If you think Bitcoin is right now bearish and it's going to be just go to 30K, let me know in the community poll here, because I'm very curious about what the majority of the people right now think here. So let me see. Connect the lows from August and October. I mean, yeah, we do know if we're going to look at the weekly time frame, and we're going to zoom in on Bitcoin. Of course, if we're going to look to the let's say July lows here, and if we're going to look at the October lows here, of course, yeah, we can clearly see we're forming a very strong trend line here on the weekly time frame, and the trend is moving up here. We are moving up in a very strong trend here. Percentage wise, 30K is further away. I mean, it's not a lot here because, of course, percentage wise it is, but I mean in terms of US dollar valuation, like if we're going to be moving from this point here towards 30K here, it's going to be in 35% drop off here, and if we're going to be moving from this point towards 60K, it's going to be 28% pump here. So indeed it's a little bit further away here, but in terms of money, yeah, it's pretty close here. It's pretty equal. But yeah, I mean, if you're bearish, you can let me know here in the chat. Just make sure to vote what you already think right now, so what's going to be happening first. So Bitcoin is moving up a little bit here. Of course, we are right now creating this hidden bullish divergence for everyone who doesn't know it yet here. Bitcoin is right now forming, of course, lower lows on the RSI, while it is doing so, it's forming higher lows on the price section. So this could be having a wider positive effect on the market right now here. If not, I keep buying here. Let me see, 60k. If not, I'm keep buying here. I mean, for me as well here, if the market continuously going down here, of course, with my trade as well. My trade is in the water right now. I've said it several times before. But my strategy is, of course, with my trade. I've been explaining my trade several times already here. So I accumulate this first range here with only 0.27 Bitcoin. It's a very small percentage of my trade I was willing to accumulate. So right now, I'm still waiting for the market to go lower, because what is going to be the perfect scenario for my trade here is that Bitcoin is going to go all the way down to 38k and then go up here, because I've set several orders. I will be setting up several orders to, of course, once the market is going to go further down here, I will be benefit from it, of course, because if the market comes down here, I will be adding more to my trade. And maybe you think, oh, but what's going to happen then? At that point, because I double down my quantity, my trade is going to get average in at a very good average price. My quantity position is getting bigger, and my average entry price goes lower, 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 and lower. So for me, what will be ideal is that the market is going to come down a little bit further. Like I explained several times before, my trade I took here, my trade that I made, I took, let's say, a trade of $50,000 and I made more than 300k from it in September 2021 here. And right now, I am using the same strategy here like I did here in September 2021 for accumulating my trade here. This trade I took over here in September 2021 was, let's say, underwater for, let's say, 7 days. And what I mean with underwater is, like, my trade was in the red for 7 days approximately. Right now my trade is once again in the red here, but is it really a reason for me to worry? No, because if the market goes continuously down here, I will be accumulating more to my position. So I do not think it's a bad time for accumulation at all here. I mean, if you're going to be accumulating your first position, you have a lower accumulation range than me even. So I mean, it's definitely a very strong accumulation range in terms of building up swing trade positions. And of course, like I said several times before, a swing trade position is not built up overnight here. So I'm looking forward towards how it's going to be playing over here. Why compare alts to Bitcoin when to decide buy? I mean, I do compare if I'm going to look at, like, if I want to be buying altcoins, I'm going to first of all look at how is the Bitcoin sentiment. And right now I think it's a good time for buying altcoins, because you could be making massive gains. First of all, this is because the Bitcoin dominance is about to break this this triple bottom, of course. Second of all, the Bitcoin daily time frame is looking bullish, what's going to result in, of course, a further continuation up for Bitcoin most likely in the coming days ahead of ourselves, for the remaining of the month here most likely. And that's going to be, once again, result in, of course, a massive continuation for the altcoins, because if Bitcoin is going to be pumping, eventually the altcoins are going to be following as well here. So it's going to be very interesting. By the way, Bitcoin is curving up a little bit here, 47.150 right now here. So it's finding back a little bit, of course, not a very significant bounce yet here. What do you think about HBAR? I think HBAR is a very good project, to be honest. I mean, if you look at HBAR and what they're doing with their in terms of developments and HBAR, if I say it correctly, if I pronounce it correctly, I think it's a very, very good good project. I mean, yeah, I think HBAR is definitely one of those undervalued projects right now, to be very honest. I think as well, if I just look at the chart right now of HBAR. Oh wait, you guys can't see it, excuse me. But I mean, if I right now look at the chart of HBAR, it's extremely undervalued. I mean, HBAR as well got listed here on BYBIT because of me, so that's pretty cool. So if you want to be buying it on BYBIT, make sure to check it out here. But HBAR is definitely one of those tokens that you should be checking out here. I think it's a very valuable token that you could be checking out right now here. Of course, what you can clearly see here is that the high-low support line getting formed here. And like you can see over here, high-low support line getting formed here from the daily time frame. HBAR is definitely on extreme low risk levels for accumulation. And of course, if I always look at accumulation, I like to look at low risk here. And once again, HBAR is right now providing that. Are you going to be waiting much longer is the question. 55 cents was the level of trading on, 57 cents even. So increasement towards optimized is already 2x. But yeah, definitely I think that that HBAR has high potential, extreme high potential today on today's time of recording, of course. I think HBAR is a coin that you should be looking at right now, and I think that you should not be missing out on this token, because the potential of this coin, where it could be heading towards, is extremely high here. But give me a second here. And guys, by the way, let me know if you you do like the new microphone. Let me know. Is it better or is it worse? Let me know in the chat. Or do you don't get any difference of the microphone? Let me know in the chat what you guys think of it. I don't know if it sounds any better or worse. I have not checked it good because I was pretty big rush here because I want to be going live here and I was not able to set up my full microphone yet here. So let me see. I know Bitcoin is creeping up. Buy at this point, I'm calling it's a bluff, another under 51k. It seems inevitable to break the 50k for some reason. I mean, that's always, there are always very strong levels that we can't break here. Just look back at September. I mean, at September, we were not able to be breaking this 44k, 45k here. So yeah, that level was of course at that point a very hard time for breaking through. But of course, eventually we did break through it. So sounds good. Everyone is saying bigger is better. I mean, it's very good because like I've got like a lot of new stuff here. Like I got like this, I don't know how you call this. It's like a microphone converter or so. So it's a way better cable, etc. So sound is good. Okay. You guys think it's sounding better, so that's very nice here. I have to check it up here, and I still have to do some adjustments in terms of filters, etc. But I think it should be better. It should become better in the coming days here. So hopefully it's going to be absolutely amazing. Hopefully it's going to be absolutely amazing. So people are saying XRP is trash, XRP is the future. So there's an XRP battle going on in the chat here. I mean, XRP, what are we already seeing right now? Of course, XRP did broke. This weekly trend here was pretty unfortunate. I mean, XRP is just lacking strength here. That's literally what we do see over here. I mean, oh, wait, in this chart, we're still trading in it. That was a different chart. So XRP is lacking strength here. That's the thing that we see here. Right now, the daily time frame, our some support line that we were trading below, of course, providing major resistance right now. Providing major resistance, and so far, this level is going to be a level that we have to be breaking through for XRP. It's of course this 84 cents level right now. So far, XRP has not been really able to do so, and so far XRP has been trading in a very significant downtrend, and XRP is extremely far away from its all-time high still. So has XRP been the best buy here on this bull run? No, it has not here, not at all. So yeah, I'm very curious about how XRP is going to be playing out here. I do think that like XRP is just still getting suppressed by the lawsuit, and as long as they're going to be having the lawsuit, they're missing out on a lot of market share that other tokens are right now picking up here. So a lot of other tokens are right now creeping up here and taking more market share, and XRP is getting hit by it because they're still of course in this lawsuit with the SEC. So are we going to see a massive pump as soon as we do get the green light for XRP? Yes, we are. But is it really going to be taking back all the market share everyone has been waiting for? No, because I think it's going to be a disappointing pump here. As soon as we do get the green light for XRP, I think it's going to be a very disappointing pump here. Maybe 50 or 60% here, but not much more from that point, I think. So I'm looking forward towards where XRP is heading towards, to be honest. But do think still, I'm holding my tokens as well. I've never sold a little bit of my XRP yet here. I mean, I'm just holding these tokens. I mean, I bought it way back here in the bear market. And I mean, I'm just going to hodl it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to see where it's going to be trending in 5 years from now, you know. So of course it's just as well another hedge against inflation. And I mean, I'm just going to hodl the token, but I'm just waiting till the SEC is going to give the green light here, because then I think it could be absolute skyrocket here. So yeah, let's see what we could be doing here. But so far, critical downside resist line still not get broken, and we need to see this level getting broken. Tears of accumulation, I think 71 cents could be a very strong level that you could be looking at. So looking forward towards it. Looking very much forward towards it. Yeah, I mean, HBAR is a very good coin here. I mean, I will still want to be doing a dedicated video about HBAR, because I think it deserves a dedicated video. Because like the project is so interesting about what HBAR is all doing, and like HBAR is like fundamentally speaking a very strong coin. It's like I compare HBAR with like VeChain. And as well, it's trading in top 40, you know, it's P36. It definitely deserves its position as well in that P36 right now on CoinMarketCap, because it's definitely doing something very interesting, of course, with the future, of course. They're ensuring the decentralized governance, and that's pretty cool. Of course, they're working with a lot of organizers here, like Deutsche Telekom, Google, pretty interesting things that they're doing here. So their third generation public ledger, and they're doing a lot of interesting things. I will be trying to maybe go a little bit more in detail about it anytime soon here, once we do have that, because yeah, I think HBAR is an undervalued project. But Internet Computer Coin is it absolutely falling right now? Is ICP falling even further? ICP is losing a lot of grind here. ICP is right at P37, so ICP indeed losing a lot of grind here. I mean, VeChain so far holding up pretty well here. VeChain is very close towards the bottom. And look at Elrond again. Look at Elrond. Elrond is absolutely so volatile, guys, right now. I mean, look at Elrond going. Elrond moves up, comes down, moves up, comes down. And I mean, it was trading on 345, but right now back to 270. So Elrond is definitely one of those coins that are extremely volatile. And look at this. I mean, I should make this a little bit higher because last time around we did not break through as well. So you can clearly see Elrond not breaking through resistance. And I should keep this one red, by the way. So Elrond previous resistance, previous support. Resistance again, and Elrond is just getting absolutely wrecked by this resistance target. And look at the buy up and afterwards the correction, of course, we got. So yeah, mainly once again because of Bitcoin dragging the market down, because yeah, this is basically 3 o'clock is once Bitcoin started to be coming down as well here, like you can see here, 3 o'clock Bitcoin started to be coming down and dragging Elrond with it as well. So once again, I hate to say it, I mean, Elrond was not supposed to come down here. If Bitcoin was not coming down from that level, Elrond was most likely as well not coming down. But yeah, unfortunately, Bitcoin did came down from off that range here. And that is right now resulting in Elrond as well coming down from off that point here. So it's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is right now. And of course, we just should be focused on the days ahead of ourselves right now. But yeah, pretty unfortunate. Elrond had such a massive rally and then came down very quickly. But that's as well how it works here with parabolic run-ups here. Parabolic run-ups goes up very quickly, but they come down as well very quickly, and as well once you least expect it, least expect it. So it's pretty crazy, of course, at this time of recording what we're seeing with Elrond. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get. I mean, personally, I've been buying my a lot of Elrond like a while ago on like $200. So I mean, I'm still good. Still took some profits, of course, like last time around already on the downtrend. But right now, yes, indeed, it does still allows, of course, good accumulation. But, of course, it's going to take a little bit of its strength away here and of its momentum away. Because, yeah, Elrond had pretty good momentum as well here. I think it could have been going way higher. At this point, it could have been going way higher, but it's got stopped down because of Bitcoin falling down, of course. So that's pretty unfortunate. Let me quickly as well check up on the US 500. So yesterday, the US 500 did set a new all-time high, of course. So the stock market did set a new all-time high, but after it's setting a new all-time high, it came down and dragged the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market down as well with it. So you can see it set a new all-time high, but then afterwards it came down massively, of course. So pretty good that we still set a new all-time high. I think we're going to just continue our way up here, and like you can see right now here, we're forming higher low after higher low after higher low. So most likely we're going to shift up further on here. So, I mean, S&P 500 did set a new all-time high. I think there's no big reason to be worried about it right now. But yeah, the reason, once again, what you're maybe asking us right now in the chat here is that, like, why did Bitcoin move down yesterday? And then you're going to once again look at what the stock market is doing. And the stock market came down massively yesterday again. And that is the reason, that's literally the reason why we came down again. So pretty interesting, pretty important to look at as well. I do not think it's I think it's very important to look at these things here. It's very important to look at it, and yeah, clearly the reason why Bitcoin came down from that point, of course. So looking forward towards what we're going to get from that point of here, of course, from this point, because the stock market is once again going to be having a lot of influence on the market in general. So hopefully we could still see this bullish day ahead of ourselves. Of course, 2 days ago, while we were having the Fed meeting, of course, the market moved up very quickly because the rates were not changing, still 0.25% here. Because the rates did not change here, of course, it's still going to keep continually printing money. It will still be interesting to be buying assets. So that's the reason why the S&P 500 still continue its way very quickly towards the upside from that point. And right now, I do not see a reason at all why we should not be continuing our trend up here. So on this 1 hour candle on the S&P, we do have a little bit more of a bearish bias candle. The Bitcoin is trying to already find its way back here. Let me as well quickly check up on the dollar index. I mean, finally, dollar index is coming down further on. So you can see in the weekly time frame, in 15 hours from now on, of course, it's going to be weekend. And the dollar index is going to be closing. Dollar index still not managing to be breaking above the red box here. Major resistance zone here. And of course, if the dollar index can finally come down towards those lower ranges like it was supposed to be trading on here all the way back in June, it could come down with a 7%, what could be having a massive bullish effect on the cryptocurrency market. So that's the thing I'm still waiting for. That's the thing I still would love to see here. Because yeah, if the dollar index comes down here, it basically means that assets are increasing against the dollar valuation, and that you're basically taking, you're basically hedging against the dollar. So that will be truly amazing if we're going to come down from that point. Because yeah, if we're going to look at the Turkish lira against the Bitcoin chart, we do see what happens once a currency comes down here against Bitcoin, you know. So it's very important to see the dollar index come a little bit lower from this point, but it does look to be breaking its trend here, at least on the 1 hour time frame, like you can see over here. So we were forming higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And this is basically the trend that we have been forming along the way up here. And since we are right now, yeah, of course, clearly are breaking this trend here, this could be leading towards an and this is, we clearly broke the trend with a lower low right now. This could be leading towards lower targets for the dollar index. So I'm pretty happy to see this, to be honest. Of course, not for all the Americans out there, because yeah, if you're not invested in Bitcoin, this is of course not a thing that you like to see. Of course, the dollar index coming down. There's of course it's ever so slightly. It's very marginal. It's like a few percentage, yeah, 1.1%. So it's not very high, but pretty interesting to look at, of course. Pretty interesting to look at, and hopefully the dollar index could be seeing another plunge down here, because it could be helping us here as of course. But what's pretty weird here is like someone is saying here, crypto rover dollar index needs to dump money, printer goes brr. But indeed, and you know what's pretty weird here is like the dollar index pumped here very quickly towards the upside after forming this double bottom here in the weekly with 7% here in the last 210 days here. But you know what's pretty weird is that like in those last 210 days here, the money printer already went brr. So we saw a lot of money getting printed on that range here, and even though the dollar index still yet increased in its valuation, so that is pretty interesting. But I do think, of course, it's not really reflecting its right price right now here. And of course, like we do know, is like we know what Bitcoin is in good hold here is because the dollar index will keep losing its valuation. Like on the bigger scale, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. On the bigger scale, we're forming always, this of course the monthly time frame, you know. On the bigger scale, we're always seeing the dollar index going down and down and down because there's coming more in circulation, and of course the currency can't last forever, you know. So I'm very happy, and I personally think it's going to be having a very positive effect on Bitcoin eventually. And of course we do know that investing in crypto assets, and of course investing your money in assets in general, is going to be for sure give you a very good signal. It's going to be for sure make you a lot of money. You know why I invest in Bitcoin is because I do think it's going to happen all over again. In let's say 3 or 4 years from now on, we're most likely going to trade way lower. So yeah, that's of course, I have a long-term vision. I don't care about what we're trading right now, but let's just imagine 2024 here. What are we going to trade on? I think we're going to continue our trend in a downtrend further on here for the dollar index along the way, the years ahead of ourselves. I mean, dollar index is going to be suffering very hard, and why are we going to suffer? Because they're printing so much money. So it's going to be a very interesting one here. It's going to be a very interesting journey, and we're going to ride it all together. And that's the reason why I invest in Bitcoin. I mean, some people are still waiting for 30K for Bitcoin to happen. People are going to be probably hate themselves in the future once Bitcoin is trading on millions of dollars that they not bought on that $2,000 more expensive, you know. So it's going to be a very interesting one here. The question is up to you, when do you want to be buying here? But for me, it's a hedge against the dollar. For me, it's a hedging against inflation. That's the reason why I buy into crypto. That's the reason why I buy into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the easiest way out by the monetary financial system, of course. So the day is, I mean, the day will come that the dollar index is going to be suffering very hard. The day will come here. The DXY is a joke. I mean, indeed, it is a joke. It is indeed a joke. So let's see what we're going to have here. 2 minutes, guys, for now. Guys, by the way, I mean, I've not asked it yet here, and I've not even checked it yet here. First of all, in 2 minutes from now, and the 1 hour candle will be closing here, so we're going to see about how the next 1 hour candle is going to be unfolding. And what is very good about this 1 hour candle here is that we're going to be confirming the hidden bullish divergence. So like you can see over here, hidden bullish divergence will be getting confirmed, and that's going to result in most likely further searches on the price action getting unfolded here, and further searches on the market in general getting unfolded. But guys, right now, real quickly, want to be asking a favor to you guys out there, because right now I see we're having 198 likes here. So 2 more likes from you guys out there, and we're going to smash it up towards 200 likes. And can we smash it up towards, let's say, 300 likes even? That would be truly amazing. But let's first go for the 200 like target. Only 2 of you guys right now have to be smashing it up, slapping it up over here, and let's reach it before the 1 hour candle close. I think we can easily do so. But yeah, of course, while you're down there, and if you haven't already liked the video, make sure to do so, because it will be truly amazing because more people smashing up the like button, the more viral cryptocurrency content is going. The more viral cryptocurrency content is going, the more people will be getting exposed towards it. The more viral the content is going, the more people will be seeing it on YouTube. The more people seeing it on YouTube, the more people will be getting exposed to crypto. I mean, it's a win-win scenario, you know. So let's make crypto viral again on YouTube, because crypto is totally not viral on YouTube yet here. So the more people smashing up the like button, the more viral cryptocurrency content is going. So make sure to do so, and not only at me, but on all the cryptocurrency YouTubers. I mean, if you're always smashing up the likes on everyone here, you're just going to be helping out the space here. It's not going to be, of course, it will be helping me out as well massively, but it will be truly amazing. Smash up and slap it up, yeah, indeed, guys. And I mean, that's definitely a thing that you should do here. I mean, you guys are absolutely smashing up like crazy. And of course, our goal is to get the most amount of people exposed here. And that's, of course, so far, we're doing a very good job here. We're doing so far a very good job here. Happy birthday. It's been 3 years since Bitcoin bottomed on 3.1K. I mean, guys, it was not even... The crowd is going wild. I mean, I was not even aware that it is today Happy Birthday, because it's been 3 years right now since Bitcoin bottomed out on 3.1K here. I mean, this is definitely an event we all recognize. I mean, 3.1K here. My lowest buy in the bear market low was 3.4K. And of course, literally, oh no, 3.8K. It was 3.8K. Literally, a few days later, we started to be pumping up to 7K. I mean, it was a crazy few days at that point here. The 3 years, 2.1K percentage upside. It's crazy. Same day here, three years ago, Bitcoin bottomed out on the bear market. I mean, that's just an absolutely amazing day here, guys. I mean, just remember that day here of the market low, of course, in 2019. It's absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Sorry, not 2019. Yeah, 2018. It was 2018 still. So yeah, pretty amazing that we did saw there. Pretty amazing that what we did saw there, of course. But yeah, happy birthday, everyone. Quickly going to tweet to everyone, happy birthday. Happy birthday, everyone. So quickly going to say to everyone here on my Twitter page, for everyone who's not following me over there, happy birthday, everyone. So of course, it's very interesting. By the way, we closed the 1 hour candle on Bitcoin, and let's see what kind of influence we're going to have on the next 1 hour candle. Of course, I've been explaining that this most likely is going to be a little bit more of a bullish bias candle, in my opinion, since we right now do see a confirmation of the hidden bullish divergence, because a bullish divergence is going to only get confirmed if you're seeing a 1 hour candle close afterwards. So right now we did confirm the hidden bullish divergence, so this could be leading once again towards a continuation up here. So what I truly would love to see here is similar continuations like we saw last time around over here, with a very significant spike up here. But of course, this really happened because of the Fed meeting, and of course, I do not think it's going to be so easy once again to see such big of a massive spike of volatility towards the market. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Are you on Instagram? Yeah, you can find all these socials in the description, man. So do you think 30K is the lowest it will ever go? I mean, I don't think it's either going to 30K from this point, but this was the market. We're never going to go lower than this level again. We're never going to go lower than this level again. I don't never think so. I don't think that we're going to ever go below 29K. First of all, the institution's average buy prices are all between the 30 and 40K here. So that's the reason why 40K is going to be a very strong barrier. And second of all, yeah, I mean, why should we go below that level as well? Yeah, the institutions have been accumulating around that level. I do not think it's going to be going below the level, because literally the sell pressure was extremely low at that point over here. Why should the sell pressure be higher right now? And of course, if we're looking like to let me see the persons. I mean, where can I quickly have to search up the chart here? Addresses. Let me see. It's not this one, but let me quickly search it up here. It's like the addresses in profit. Let me see. So profit and loss percentage. I have to percentage in supply and profit. So I mean, if you just purely look to the supply, the percentage in supply, percentage of supply and profit, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, you know, it doesn't make any sense that we're right now going to go much lower from this point. Well, the interest is extremely high still, because we do know the interest on Bitcoin is still extremely high, is because the hash rate is at all-time highs here. And because the hash rate is at all-time highs here right now, we do know that there is a major amount of interest from smart money in the market. And as long as smart money is interested on buying more Bitcoins, the market is inevitably going to be growing, and the market is inevitably going to go up here. Because what we can see right now here is that we're trading on higher levels than September 2021 here, but the total amount of supply is lower in profit. So there are less people in profit. There are less people in profit that we're trading compared to September 2021, but we're trading on higher levels. What this basically does mean here is that either there have been a lot of panic sellers, that bought on the top and sold right on the lows, or either there have been a lot of panic sellers in September 2021, because right now we're trading on lower ranges of total supply in profit. Well, we have been, of course, trading higher than the September dip. So either, of course, there have been a lot of people that have been exiting the market, of course, in fear. But this clearly does show us, of course, good range of accumulation. Because if we're going to look at every single time in this run-up, we have been bouncing back here in terms of the total supply that has been in the loss here. It has been around the range that we're right now trading on. Right now we're trading, of course, on this 71% here. Maybe we could be still go down towards the even lower targets of course, 65% here. So I'm very curious about how this is going to be unfolding. But yeah, approximately 70% right now, the total supplies and profit. Of course, if we're going to go below the 50, it's going to be extremely good buying ranges. But of course, we do know that's a very, very small chance of happening. But yeah, indeed, right now it's a good time for accumulation, because we can clearly see. I mean, we can create an even more significant rally compared to September 2021, because there has been right now less people in profit, you know. So it's pretty good to see that. I'm looking forward towards how it's going to react towards the market. But like you can see, there's been a lot of panic selling going around on this time over here. So a lot of supply went out of profit on that point here. So yeah, pretty interesting, of course, what we did had over there. But of course, right now it's a good time to accumulate, because you're not accumulating. Like, if you're accumulating at all-time highs, like, people are usually bullish once Bitcoin is trading at all-time highs, because they attach their emotions towards Bitcoin. They are recently bearish. A lot of people are right now bearish on Bitcoin because the market is coming down. And of course, people attach their emotions towards crypto, and people are attaching their emotions to buying Bitcoin or sending Bitcoin or whatsoever. Right now, people are saying, oh, I think, you know what's very funny? Like, I talk with some people, and they say, Rover, what do you think about the market? And then he says to me, I think the market is going lower from up this point. He says, literally, I think the market is going to go lower from up this point. And like, without any arguments, he's not saying like, oh, we're seeing this and this in the market, and that's the reason why I do think it's going to go lower. No, he just says, no, Rover, I do think the market is just going to go lower. And I say, man, come on, basically, give me some facts here. And he just says, no, I think so. So, I mean, if you're going to say, okay, I think the market is going to go lower, give me some very good arguments why the market is going to move lower. Because in terms of risk to reward right now, these are very strong times, of course. I mean, the daily time frame is definitely creating only bullish momentum right now. Daily time frame on all the momentum indicators is creating bullish momentum. And I'm not going to ignore the bullish momentum that's currently getting generated, because I like to look at the momentum that we create, right? So right now as well, if you just look at the total supply and profit in terms of percentage-wise, we do see that it is at a lower risk here, because if you're going to accumulate on ranges where everyone is in profit, the chance on a big drop-off and the chance of losing money is way higher. But if you look back towards this chart, and if you're going to be reflecting on when is the good time to be buying, it's always better to be buying your freaking Bitcoin once not a lot of people are in profit. And of course, can the market still go down from this point? Yes. But is it a good average price? Yes. Are you going to be waiting? And are you the biggest thing here is, are you going to take the risk for potentially lose out? Are you going to take the risk for potentially losing out on this massive rally? And that's always the thing that I would like to ask you. Are you going to take the risk for not accumulating a little bit of crypto? I'll never say go all in. I mean, that's as well not what I'm doing. I am not going all in right now. Not with my trade at all. I accumulated a little bit here, and I still have approximately, for my trade position, 80%, 90% of my total trade that I still want to be accumulating on this level has not been accumulated yet here. So I'm doing that because I always want to be having a low risk approach here. So I'm still waiting for the market to potentially go still lower, so I could be accumulating for an even better price, you know. So I mean, I only see bears these days, and this is well what, as Mario is right now saying, I mean, that's true. I do see a lot of bears right now these days. And you know what's very funny? I mean, the sentiment will change very quickly. Just mark my words here. The sentiment will be changing very quickly from those bears here, just like we did here on September. Because on September, the sentiment as well changed very quickly. The sentiment changed very quickly once we were, of course, pumping up here. The bears, first of all, were saying it's a trap. Of course, that's always what they say here, that as soon as we broke the high before that, I mean, then of course, the sentiment completely shifted. And I mean, I think it's going to be exactly the same. Market sentiment can shift very quickly. Just wait till it comes here, because then the whole sentiment of the market is going to change here. All the bears will be flipping bullish again, and all the panic sellers that sold their Bitcoin on 45K or 42K or whatsoever, they are going to be buying back higher. They're going to be buying back around ranges of, let's say, 60K, maybe 70K, because that's when they think is a good time for buying, because 90% of the people do attach their emotions by buying their cryptocurrencies. So let's see what we're going to have. Do you think we're going to be having a recovery wick on the 4-hour candles? I mean, I still have been taking into consideration that a target that we could be reaching is the 42.5K. That's one of those worst case scenarios that we could be heading towards. The only reason why I do expect the market could be still go a little bit down here is, of course, to fill up the liquidity of the wick here, because there's a lot of loose liquidity right now over here. If that's going to be getting filled up, yeah, we could be seeing a very quick recovery towards the lows and then go back up, of course, once again. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from this point. But personally, I think, yeah, we could be still fill up the liquidity of the wick here. But in order to call that liquidity going to get found here on that wick here, yeah, we do have to see a 4-hourly candle close below of the green box here. Or yeah, if we're going to see that, that's just going to lead towards lower targets, because a breakdown here of this descending triangle, of course, it's a bearish wise pattern. It could be leading towards this continuation down here towards this target around literally the lower side, of course, over here. So I am looking forward towards what we're going to get from this point. I'm looking forward towards it. I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get here. So yeah, of course, still good to go either direction. Of course, we can literally aim for the lower side of this target, right? So you can clearly see the price target of this this breakdown of the descending triangle is going to be exactly the lower side of the wick here. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from that point, depending on where we're going to be breaking out. But of course, we're only going to look at the breakdown target if we're going to be breaking down. And of course, I'm not going to be saying we're going to break either up or down here if we have not broke either direction yet. So just give the market some time here. Just give the market some time to develop. And as soon as we do see a clear direction getting called here, we're going to go towards that range. So this reminds me of the move of Verstappen. I mean, that's a very good move here. His move was very nice. Let me see. Don't ignore that negative wick here. What are you talking about? Which wick you're talking about? Let me see. Do you think altcoins have a cycle example for Vich and Cardano having massive runners now dropped off and Solana avalanche? Do you think these drop-offs to see another? Do you think these drop-offs will still stay for another 6 months? How I see altcoins right now is like they're not necessarily cycles. There are hype cycles. There are not necessarily, okay, there is, let's say, a few months that every single altcoin is going to explode. No, that's not how it works anymore. I think, like, if Bitcoin is in a bullish period, every altcoin against the dollar is going to increase in its valuation. Every altcoin against the dollar is going to increase in its valuation. But the question always remains here is, like, is it as well going to be increasing its valuation against Bitcoin? Because the reason why you hold altcoins is because you want to be outperforming Bitcoin. And I don't think that happens. I don't think it doesn't happen every single time here. What we do see here is that, like, coins, that sectors are exploding. Like, we do had, like, the gaming sector. That was the last hype that we saw here. So last time around, we saw the gaming sector explode here. Yeah, before that we had the NFT sector, and before, of course, metaverse in general. All metaverse tokens were basically exploding. Then we as well saw, like, the DeFi trend exploding with Cake, with a lot of DeFi projects to get returns. Then we saw, of course, tokens. Layer 2 solutions explode. Then we saw layer 1 solutions explode. Then we saw DEXs explode, decentralized exchanges. Like, then we saw that one explode. Then we saw exchange coins exploding. You know, we every single time have, like, one of these hype run-ups here in certain areas. We have these hype run-ups on certain tokens, certain in certain niches in the market. So I do not think there's going to be necessarily a cycle for altcoins where they have to be pumping. I do think personally it's just like there's several times there's going to be a hype cycle for a whole sector of cryptocurrency tokens, and that is more how it basically goes this run up, at least so far. So I'm curious about how it's going to be playing out afterwards from over here, but yeah, I'm looking forward towards it. Let me see. Mercedes appeal affect the Bitcoin price. I mean, yeah, clearly that. Clearly it did. So Bitcoin coming down a little bit here. So of course, still looking at this hidden bullish divergence. Let's see how this 1 hour candle is going to be performing like. I mean, indeed, we did saw a double top here, but this, of course, on the 1 hour time frame. This double top doesn't mean that we're going to go back to 40k or so. No, indeed, it showed us the market to move down to 46k. But yeah, it could be for sure well bottoming out over here. Enough people bearish here that I'm not sure we're going to get the last leg down anymore. Lol. I mean, that's as well a little bit from my side, a little bit how I approach it. And of course, the fear is extremely high in the market still. There's extreme fear in the market, and people are so afraid right now. As well, a lot of people in the chat, they are so afraid that they're going to start calling for 30k. They're starting calling for 40k because they're so afraid. And it's so sad. It's so sad to see as well, by the way, guys. Funding rates being negative, massively negative. The funding rates are so negative, and you really think the market is going to see another 20% plunge down here, 10% plunge down? I mean, I think another 10% plunge down here from this point is not likely to see if we're going to see such negative funding rates. Because funding rates being so negative basically reflects there are more shorters in the market. And why should the market makers make the shorters even, these traders even richer? If the market makers want to trade the market right, like they always do here, if the market makers doing smart things here, just like we are seeing here, we're going to move up. Because the majority of the traders is trading short, so we're going to move up. So we're going to create a short squeeze. We're going to squeeze them out of the market. That is what I expect. That is what I said several times before. I expect, like, if we are seeing the market creating negative funding rates, it is generally a good time for accumulation. And I personally think the same thing all over again right now. I think we are looking to ditches right now that can provide us very good buying opportunities. We're looking at levels that people are extremely bearish. I mean, it all comes together. Like all the puzzle pieces come together every single time. Like as well in September. We filled all the puzzle pieces in September into one, and that's the reason why I accumulate a swing trade position. The reason why I'm right now longing Bitcoin, guys, and you could do it as well if you want to be longing Bitcoin. Make sure to check out the link in the description, because there you could be signing up with BYBIT here, and BYBIT will be offering you right now $4,100 deposit bonus, what is the highest ever in history. But I mean, put everything together, right? So daily time frame is only creating bullish momentum right now on all momentum indicators. Funding rates are negative, what means there are more shorters in the market. Fear and greed index in extreme fear. All these things combining towards each other is just for me making up a very clear direction where the market is right now heading towards. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get from up this point, and I personally do think it's extremely likely to expect to see a continuation higher from up this range here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we're heading towards right now, and I do not see it as a bad range at all for accumulation on this market. And I think these times, if you're right now bearish, I think, yeah, you could be bearish. Of course, I respect everyone their opinion, but do know here is that you see the market doesn't move on towards the direction where the majority of the traders are leaning towards. So if their funding rates are extremely positive, I'm always careful, because if the funding rates of the trades are very positive, it means that the market is over leveraged towards the upside. But right now clearly shows you the whole market is over leveraged towards the downside. As well, all those altcoins are over leveraged towards the downside. Everything what's green is over leveraged towards the downside. So you can see so many altcoins being over leveraged towards the downside, what just makes myself go extremely bullish. It just gets myself extremely ready for the next big leg up here. So I mean, this is of course once again not a thing to look at on the imminent short term. Like the 1 hour time frame could be moving up and down, you know, it like we're currently doing, and there's not a reason to be bearish or bullish for the market, you know. So if the market is trying to move up to 49k, no, I think I think like 10 or 20% of the people that are bearish right now are going to flip bullish again. That's not how it works. You just have to zoom out. You just have a good view on the market. I mean, I don't care what the market is going to do right now. I don't care if the market is going to go for 45k. I still will be staying bullish on the daily time frame, because on the bigger time frames, I still stay bullish, because I do know what to expect and do know what to think about these higher time frames, you know. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be having. Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT. I think Max Verstappen is the GOAT. We will see, of course. I'm not going to go for this fight. Funding is looking in the green on your page here. You just have to go to coinglass.com. You can find all the information over there as well. Of course, we have not seen a lot of liquidations on the past hours. So we could be maybe expect, of course, anytime soon a liquidation move here. And what I basically mean with that is that we're going to see similar days that were like if we're going to go back here towards the 1 hour time frame, right? I'm going to look here and lose times over here. We saw these massive pumps here of literally and approximately, let me see, like 6%, 7% in just a matter of 2 hours, you know. So, oh wait, I was in the wrong time frame. So yeah, you can see over here, we're going to see maybe these significant legs here towards the upside. Like we saw this move over here from the low to the high. This was 4 hours and we moved up 10%, you know. So I think we're going to see similar crazy stuff again playing out on the market. And those are going to be liquidation candles. Those are liquidation candles towards the upside. So I'm looking forward towards those candles. I can't wait for it to happen. But we're just literally, I think these stages are so comparable towards September, you know. So I'm not going to put up this price target over here, but like September, look at the left side. So left side we have September, right side we have right now, you know. So right side you can see we're forming diminishing highs. So let me once again draw that line over here as well. We're forming diminishing highs. Like here, and we were so bearish, we were forming equal lows here in the market, like you can see over here. I mean, this is literally what we saw over there, and let me remove this line for a second. So we were seeing such similar structures, and so many people were bearish on the time as well, and we're going to see a breakout anytime soon here. I think like over there as well, we were seeing a small breakout at that point, and that resulted in, of course, a significant move up here. So maybe we're very close right now. Maybe we're not very close, but let's see how we're going to be playing out. But I mean, I just compare these stages as well to September. I think they're very similar reaccumulation phases, and there's a lot of distribution going around right now. And I'm just looking forward towards how it's going to be playing out here. Lewis Hamilton got dropped. I mean, that's true, but Kobe Gilbert, if we're going to look back to the whole season, who could drop on the whole season? Come on, man. I mean, of course, the last race, to be honest, of course, Max deserved to win that. Lewis deserved to win the last race in Abu Dhabi. But if we're looking to the whole season, who deserves the championship more? That's the question I should ask you. So I mean, that's what I think here, at least. Of course, I'm from the Netherlands, so you know I like to see Max win. But I mean, if you look back to the season, look at Hungary, look at Silverstone, look at Baku. You know, so Max got a lot of unlucky this season, so that's the reason why I think he deserves the championship. So yeah. And of course, yeah, Lewis was, I mean, the Mercedes did a very good job by coming back at the end of the season. But I mean, yeah, for Bitcoin right now, looking at this, I mean, it looks just very similar like the stages before, and I will be still approaching it in the same way in here. I think it's a good accumulation. Rover, do you think there are more Max or Lewis fans? I think it's going to be 50-50. I mean, I love my friends like Jordan. Gee, he's as well a Lewis fan. And I mean, we are still friends. So yeah, I mean, it's not all too bad here. That's right. I mean, Hamilton should have been winning the last race, but yeah, he got unlucky, and that's like the last race just literally reflected the whole season. He was just unlucky, and Max didn't deserve to win. But it's a lot of times as well the other way around. It has been a lot of times as well the other way around. So pretty cool. True. The last race was definitely shit, and I think Masi is absolutely a bad member of the FIA. I think he's very shit because he's very, very unreliable. He's very, very inconsistent with his penalties he's giving. Like he gives like very weird calls. He makes very weird calls. I think Mikey Masi is a very bad. He has to step down here. I think too. I think he's doing a very bad job. Hopefully next year is going to be a little bit more consistent. Do you see this descending channel on the 4 time? I mean, if you look to your screen right now, you see as well the descending triangle. That's literally what we're looking at. But Bitcoin is finding its way back up a little bit here. So let's see what it's going to be doing on the 1 hour candle, by the way. So still looking, of course, at this hidden bullish divergence. Hopefully the market could be seeing some kind of a volatility shock here. It will be amazing. I don't think they wanted Hamilton to break Schumi's record. I mean, maybe, but I mean, I think they clearly did want it because just look at Jeddah, because I was not pretty agreeing with the stewards over there as well. Let me see. Thanks for the long signal. I mean, I'm personally just swing trading. I think, like I said several times before, green box. is major accumulation, and I think still it's a good time. Let's be positive on Bitcoin. I mean, I'm very positive on Bitcoin. By the way, 47.2k is getting approached here. Guys, by the way, if you haven't already smashed up that like button, make sure to do so right now. Go below the video and smash it up here like crazy. Let's go for 400 likes on the stream right now here. We're only 40 away from it. So if you haven't already smashed up that like button, make sure to do so right now here today. I mean, didn't expect to have so much F1 fans here. Right on. But back to Bitcoin. Let's pump. I mean, yeah, a lot of F1 fans here. But indeed, let's get back to Bitcoin here. 47.2k is getting approached right now for Bitcoin. So it's looking a little bit better. Looking like we're bouncing back ever so slightly right now. So yeah, we're still waiting on these bigger pushes. So let's see what we're going to get here. Yeah, indeed. So 47.2k Bitcoin pushing up very steadily right now. Of course, the hidden bull is a virtuous taking its play right now. Guys, let me know what you guys think where the market is right now heading towards. Of course, if we're going to look at the next resistance that we're going to trade against, it's going to be the 47.6k. So still trading ahead of ourselves, and let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Let's see how it's going to be playing out. Of course, open interest still particularly low compared to the previous stages of the year. Of course, like you can see here, previously around the open interest was way higher, right? It came down massively. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be having. Of course, open interest is basically halved from the highs. So let's see what we're going to have here. Open interest right now trading on 13 billion, where it was trading on 19 billion, 20 billion basically on those all-time highs here. Even 22 billion for a couple of days here, of course. So open interest got wiped out massively. Reason why we came down, of course. So yeah, looking forward towards what we're going to get from at this point. But Bitcoin is indeed moving up and curving up at a pretty rapid pace right now here. So lovely to see this, of course. Just the volume low again. Let me quickly check up on the right chart. Let me see. This is not a good chart for volume. This is a very inappropriate volume. Let me see. It's the Bitcoin index. Let me see if the volume is correctly being read from of this chart. So I mean the volume. I mean so far yeah we are moving up a little bit. I mean it's like I mean it's not bad volume. I mean the volume is not bad at all. It's very regular volume that we're seeing right now. And otherwise I mean the volume is it's the same here on this movement down here. So yeah, the volume is not extremely high here, but it's neutral. I think it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all, of course. And like we still got another 33 minutes to go in this candle. So indeed, the volume is running a little bit lower, but it's similar volumes towards like we got here on this red candle. So were these as well fake drop-offs? I mean, I think that volume is definitely a misperception from a lot of people. I mean, always when people see like a market move with extreme low volume, they are getting scared. But of course extreme low volume is bad, but I mean depends what's your definition of extreme low volume, you know. If you compare to previous rounds, I mean this is as well a low volume pump. I mean this is of course not as well high volume, but I mean you basically what volume tells you is how much selling and buying is going on around on that candle, you know. And if the volume is extremely high and the market still managed to keep push up here, it basically means that it had a lot of sell pressure but still was managing to be pushing through of that sell pressure. If it's low volume and you still go up, it basically means there was no sell pressure. What basically then reflects here is that the sellers are exhausted. So for me, it's not necessarily a big reason to be to get worried, of course. So yeah, let's see how it's going to play out. And look at the highest volume spike a Bitcoin ever got was no, it was not over there. In 2017, we had higher volume spikes. That's very crazy. So over here we got like 77k Bitcoin in volume. So that was a crazy amount. Only this was the highest one in March. In March we got a volume spike of 230k Bitcoin. It was a pretty crazy one. Right now we have been not seeing that high amount of volume coming towards these markets, to be honest. So usually 20k Bitcoin a day is normal. 30k, 60k is high. So yeah, usually volumes around the 30k Bitcoin a day here turnover. So pretty decent volumes. But of course, compared to these previous ranges of the beginning of the year, they were way higher, of course. So that's pretty interesting. Volume is picking up. Indeed, it is picking up right now. So Shane, welcome. Was there any FUD today? There's so 500 dumped as well. or just the regular staircase up? I mean, this is the regular staircase up here. We know that like we explained it yesterday, like you explained it yesterday, like the bears take the elevator down and the bulls take the stairs up, you know. So right now, once again, we took a very nice stair and we formed a higher low in the 1 hour candles. And while we have been doing so, we have been forming, of course, an hidden bullish divergence. So again, we are taking the stairway, we're distributing, and I think I've been saying it several times before. The range that we're right now representing here on Bitcoin is the distribution range here. Of course, we're not providing the buy pressure yet here to be breaking through this range here. But what we are doing right now is distributing the sell pressure. You know, we are distributing the sellers, and there's more and more accumulation coming on the lower sides here. People are liking to be accumulating on the lower sides here. Distribution on the highs. It's very, very nice to see this. It's basically how we call this is a reaccumulation phase for Bitcoin. The people that are really willing to sell in the market are right now selling off here. So the volumes are definitely lower on these ranges over here. And the people that are really entering or willing to enter the markets right now, they are stepping in towards the market over here. And that's, of course, the lovely part about it. Or just in a reaccumulation phase, and I think it's a lovely phase to be in, because it allows us as well for buying and accumulating some cheaper Bitcoin on these ranges, right? So so far Bitcoin, of course, once again touched these 4 hour support range, and so far we're still bouncing back up here. So we're right now just going to be playing the waiting game and see how it's going to be playing out, of course. So let me see. Yup, yo Rover, yo Shane, welcome back, and Nicole as well, welcome to the stream, of course. Are you investing in altcoins or only trading? I mean, I'm investing in a lot of altcoins, man. I mean, it's crazy how much altcoins I've been buying lately around. So, I mean, I'm not only investing in Bitcoin or trading. I mean, I do a lot of trading in, of course, Bitcoin. And my end goal is, of course, to accumulate the most amount of Bitcoins, because that's what I do think here. It's like, no, I do a lot of altcoins. Altcoins are where the big money is made here, man. So, yeah, that's what I do think here. Bank of England announced they're raising interest rates. Moon cycle looks like 90% right now. I mean, of course, guys, let me know in the chat. Do you believe in moon cycle? I don't believe in it. Look like this moon phases. Looks to be that our bearish phase is almost over. Of course, it takes 14 days here. Is it almost over? I mean, tomorrow. We have only tomorrow, and then the different phase is going to get started. So, are we going to get, once again, a bullish full moon here? That will be truly amazing. Because, yeah, right now, of course, we have been having the bearish phase here, but of course, I don't really believe in the moon phases. It's just more a funny thing here to look at. And, of course, if the market is going to reverse from off tomorrow, exactly when we get the moon phase, of course, yeah, it's going to be quite funny, okay? It's going to be quite funny as well. Let me quickly check up here on... if we do have some more CME gaps we could be looking at, of course, on, like, the previous pumps we got on the previous drop-offs we got before. So, sorry, let me quickly look back in October. I mean here, beginning of October. While we were creating this move up towards the upside, towards all new all-time highs, we were not creating any CME gaps. So that was pretty interesting. On this whole rally towards the upside, we did not create any CME gaps. And on the big reversal day, let me quickly check up the date here. On the date of the reversal, it was basically the 30th of September. It was on a oh wait, this was a weekend, and this was the 1st of October. Let me see, it was on a Friday, and then it was weekend, it was quiet, and then next week we moved up again. So on a Friday last time around here in October, where you were first, and then on the weekend we did nothing, and then we pumped up, of course, on the week afterwards. So are we going to get similar things here? Are we going to see a weekend movement up here, and we're going to move up in the weekend, and then we're going to move up on the Friday, and the weekend we're going to do nothing, and the next week we're going to pump? That will be truly amazing. Let's see if we could get this reversed today, man. Will be truly amazing. Fed raising the rates next 3 years, they said. Of course they are. Only if you're an XRP holder. I mean, man, I hold some tokens on XRP, but I mean, I can tell you publicly up loud here is that I'm not the biggest XRP holder out there. I'm not the biggest XRP holder out there, and I mean, it's good. It's good to hold XRP, but not too much here. Moon cycle linked to the monthly activity of the Fed. Apparently, it looks to be that it is reflecting to something here, because if it's just only going to reflect to the moon here, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, of course. Yeah, there are several CME gaps below us, all the way down to 3K. I think the lower CME gap is right now on 9K, right? I've set up CME gaps. I think we got still one here on $9,000. Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you think that the CME gap on $9,000 is ever going to get filled here? I've of course told the story many times here. Is that on this time here, the CME gap was about to get filled here, and my friend was waiting to be buying on 9.7k here because he was willing to be buying up in the CME gap. But you know what happened? We never filled it, and we went up towards $69,000. And the date right now, he did bought his bitcoins on the drop off in July. So I'm very happy for him. He still bought its Bitcoin. And of course, he could have been having 3 times as much here. So, yeah, very interesting time that we did head over there. But let me know in the chat here, guys. Do you think this 9k CME gap ever will be getting filled here? It's going to be a very interesting one if it's ever will be getting filled. Of course, we have one on the 26k as well. We have one on 34k. And of course, we have one above us right now on the 53k here. So, pretty interesting. Is it going to be ever going to get filled up? That's going to be the real big question. No, it's Beach Jet is saying, and no, it's Nicole is saying. Yes, it's what Brian is saying is it will be getting filled up. I mean, what I would say here is like CME gaps tend to get filled, don't always necessarily have to be filled. That's what I say here, because CME gaps are a whole differently since we of course came towards as soon as we came out with as well the ETFs here. I mean, they don't have to necessarily get filled here. They only tend to get filled here. So please take that in consideration. No, I don't think it's the 9k is going to ever get filled here, because I don't think that Bitcoin is ever going back to 9k. How do we know when the next moon cycle is here? I mean, it moves every single 10 days here, and you have like an indicator that's called moon phases, and you can see the moon cycles, and you can see it in your chart. And it takes always 14 days here for the next cycle to happen. But I mean, I think it's a thing that I don't really look at this thing here, you know, but it's more for funny purposes. It's more something funny. It's nothing special or so whatsoever, the moon cycles. It's not going to give you a signal, okay, buy right now or sell right now, because it has been, of course, being wrong several times as well. So, no, I should not be basing your opinion of this indicator. I think that's irresponsible. What you should be basing your opinion on is like real actual momentum indicators instead of moon cycles. You were talking about becoming a millionaire book. That must be read. What's the title? I mean, if you want to become a millionaire, what I said here is that you first have to think as a millionaire. And to think as a millionaire, you have to be visualizing certain things, and you have to make a lot of sacrifices. But in terms of reading books here, I think Rich Dad Poor Dad is a very good one. Think Rich Grow Rich is very good. And as well, I have 2 books in the description that can help you with of course, finding out about crypto technical analysis, of course. So I linked 2 books on Amazon here in the description. Of course, I linked Amazon because I think Amazon is delivering all over the world. Let me know, correct me if I'm wrong, but Amazon is delivering all over the world. So if you want to check out that book, you can check it out as well. It's like a book about trading, and it's going to help you educate yourself. And it's like $4 or so. That book is $4 or $5 or $6, maybe $8. But make a $10, let's say it's $10, but make a $10 investment in yourself, and you're going to become very rich. No, but self-education for fun, no jokes, but self-education is the best education there is, and always push yourself to the limit. So let's see what we're going to have. No way it's going to get filled. People are delusional. I mean, there's no way that the 9k is going to get filled here. Do not think that's going to be having. We will see a huge scam wake down this time. It could just be during a bear market. I mean, let's see. I don't think there's anyone looking to sell off their Bitcoin for 10k. I don't think so. At least I'm not going to do so. Are you bullish? I am extremely bullish on the larger scale. Maybe not aim in the short term. I mean, aim in the short term. So let's say the coming 2-4 hours ahead of ourselves. Yes, I'm bullish. Am I necessarily bullish in the 4-hour time frame? I mean, I'm just going to be waiting on how the market is going to fold. Am I bullish on the daily time frame? Yes, I'm hella bullish. So what that basically means here is that I'm expecting that we're going to see a breakout towards the upside in the coming 2-3 days ahead of ourselves. Maybe a little bit longer, but just let's say coming week ahead of ourselves. We're going to trade at higher levels, in my opinion. 5 to 6 days until we're going to see something different at the market. I mean, yeah, could be happening. Yes, I mean that. Moon affects human behavior. So, I mean, apparently it does. Negative funding rates. Time for mass liquidation towards the upside. I mean, yeah, let's go and get this mass liquidation. Of course. I mean, we could be getting a massive squeeze, you know, we could be getting a massive squeeze there. We could be literally seeing, let's say, 1 billion liquidation or so, if we're going to be pumping towards the upside. So I'm looking forward towards liquidation. Of course, liquidation volume is right now 30% lower than yesterday. Open interest 1% lower. Total volume is 26% lower than yesterday. So what we basically see right now here is volumes dropping down. And of course, like we do know, once volumes are dropping down, and come on camera, do normal. Come on camera. So we do know once the volumes are dropping low here. Is that okay? My camera is back again. So we do know once the volumes are dropping low here is that you'll see does provide us very strong strong signals that the market is going to be forming a massive reversal, or so at least a massive move here. So once volumes are dropping, it signifies the market is going to be forming a major move here. So that's the thing I'm looking forward towards right now. That's a very, very much thing I'm looking forward towards. And like you can see on the daily time frame, indeed, volumes has been coming down a little bit here, especially if we're going to look at the 1 hour time frames let's say 4 hour time frame. Yeah, volume has been decreasing a little bit here. Excuse me. But yeah, volumes has been coming down, and you see that's going to be just signify we're going to get a major market move. And I'm looking forward towards it because it will be allowing volatility, and I like volatility in the market. So let me see. Should I buy Decentraland or Sand? That's all up to you, my man. It's all up to you what you want to be doing with it. What's your goal? I mean, are you necessarily going to be looking to be buying into gaming projects right now? I don't know. I think the hype has already been at its top of its peak, but let's see what's going to be happening. That is what I've been saying, bro. Some whales come in and take advantage of it, and boom, you see a 1, 2, or 3K move in an hour. I mean, that's true. There are going to be literally some whales that are going to be taking advantage of the volumes being lower, you know, because the volumes right now are significantly low. As well, liquidation volume is low, so a lot of trades are open right now, but nothing really moved up here. And that could be, of course, resulting in just a massive squeeze here. And of course, because the market is right now over leveraged towards the downside, if let's say there comes a big buy order in and the market moves up 2K here, there could be right away comes some liquidation across the border, and that the results in the market even moving further up from that point, and that's going to be going in an even further liquidation effect, you know, and that's going to be in the end of the day going to result in a lot of buy pressure getting added. And of course, if the market, let's say, moves up 1 or 2K, like these shorters maybe could, let's say the market is going to be moving up. And you know what's going to be happening? The market is going to be breaking the stop side of resistance. Let's say it's going to happen, and we're going to trade on 50K, and we break as well above the 50K. You know, all these shorter, probably a lot of shorters are going to be exiting their positions. And you know what happens? If shorters take their loss, exit the market, it will be adding more buy pressure because those shorters will be exiting the market, will be adding more valuation towards the market. So that will be resulting in another continuation up here, and that's going to be resulting in this endless cycle, and this is endless movement, of course, and a very significant, not endless movement, but a very fast move towards the upside. And that's the reason why I do expect, once we're going to reverse this market, it's going to go very quickly. It's going to go in like 1 or 2 4-hourly candles. We're going to see a massive surge up here, and the whole sentiment will be changed again. So yeah, take that into consideration. Could it be this 4-hour candle? Yeah, it could be for sure this 4-hourly candle. You know why I'm live? Because I want to be going through it with you. I want to be going through this with you guys together out there. You know. Prediction for Decentraland later this year. I mean, I'm careful. I'm careful with saying my real prediction of it. Yeah, I could be trading still higher. I think it will be trading higher than right now, but I do not think it's going to be the best performing coin from this point here. I think you're buying too late in towards this hype cycle. You know, it came down already massively, but is this going to be the time to be still accumulating? I mean, it could be still trading around $6 next year, $7, $8, $10 potentially. But I mean, I think like if you're going to be buying into coins like VeChain, I think you can still make easily a 10x from here on, and I think that's not the case with the gaming projects right now. So yeah, looking forward towards it. Are you Dutch? Yes, I am completely Dutch here. More Dutcher you can't get. A more Dutcher person you can't get. I think predictions are very hard to make because it's very hard to predict the exact future. But what we are very good at on this channel is like adapting ourselves on the market, on how it's developing. So for me, I'm not going to say where the market is standing in 10 days from now, because I don't know where the market is exactly going to stay in 10 days. What I do know is like I make a prediction for, let's say, okay, I do expect the market is going to be moving up from here on. from this average price, of course. I do think the market is going to trade higher from this average price. That's what I do say, but it's for me very hard to say, to give you guys an exact prediction, because no one can exactly predict the market. That's literally a thing that no one can here, and maybe they can say you, but no one can. So what you can say, okay, the market will be trading higher or lower from this point, that's a better prediction to make, you know. I think from up this point, and if we're going to look at 15 days ahead of ourselves, we're going to trade significantly higher from this range, because we're seeing several reversal indicators, right? Reversal signals coming towards us. So that's the reason why I'm swing trading the market right now towards the upside. Whether it's exactly going to trade on is very hard to say. And that's a thing that no one is going to be knowing here. And for me to really call a little bit of a better price target, I have to just see a breakthrough of either direction. But I don't know if the market is going to come to pump up here and break up towards the upside, or the market is going to come down and break down here from this point. We don't know. And for us to know that, we just have to wait a little bit here. So that's the point. Microcap gaming could still be bullish. I mean, microcaps could always give you very good good profits, but you do have to know it's a good project, because don't buy silly projects. That's not what I should do. I should not buy into every silly project. Of course, you see it right here. I mean, if you have a crystal ball, or if you're from the future, indeed, Dean, then I could say it. But I mean, I wish I was from the future. When you watch the volume increasing, but the price is declining. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen this weekend. I'm very curious about what's going to be playing out this weekend. It's going to be a very interesting weekend, to be very honest. Like I said several times, like I said before as well. Last reversal we got in September towards, let's say, 69k again. Happened on a Friday, and then the weekend we stalled off, and then we moved up further on. So let's see if we could be getting this Friday today as well, this market movement towards the upside, and the weekend to see some sideways action, not create anything worse, but what I would like to see is at least a Friday to close a little bit about 49k or so. I would love to see the Friday closing a little bit higher and go a little bit higher in towards the weekend, of course. So let's see what we're going to have. Yeah, man, it's going to be it's going to be definitely an interesting piece of charting that we're going to get here in the coming weeks ahead of ourselves. It's going to be very interesting, and of course I love these times here, because I just know there's going to be a big move upon us, and you know, okay, look, these are boring times, these are exciting times. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to get, right? So I think these are the most like these times over here are the most exciting ones, the most exciting one, you know. So we're right now trading on very exciting periods of the market, and I just can't wait to see where we're heading towards. It's going to be very exciting. I wonder what will happen in 2 months from now on, like February, March. I mean, I'm curious about how it's going to be playing out here. Yeah, last time around February was and March were like extremely bullish months here. So let's say if we could be repeating the February hype here. It will be truly amazing. Of course, I do expect once again next year we're going to get a summer low here, because usually people tend to take profits on summers. So that's the reason why the wheels try to push down the prices on summers, because people are then going to take profits on the lows. So let me see what we're going to get here. Exactly, that's all we can do. No emotions. No emotions at all. Just be just don't be emotional. But guys, I will be right now let me see. I will be right now real quickly do something, because right now I want to be wrapping up. Oh guys, my camera, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I don't know what my camera is doing. I don't know what it's back. Yeah, guys, I don't know why the camera was not working, but guys, right now, I'm firstly going to be wrapping up the stream here, but I will be telling to you guys out there, I will be back later today. I will be back with, of course, another stream here. I'm going to tell to you guys about, I will be going live again here as soon as we're going to see another big market movement or whatsoever. So don't forget to, of course, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notifications so you're not going to miss out on it. Of course, if I do see anything interesting playing out, I will be right away drop out another video. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now, ring the bell notifications so you're not going to miss out on that one. And with that being said, guys, I will be checking you guys later today in another update video here on the channel. And hopefully you're going to enjoy your day. See you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye. Enjoy your weekend.